The Chairman, Presidential Task Force, members of the PTF, ladies and gentlemen of the press, good evening. My theme today will be on addressing fake news. We have noted a growing incidence of fake news, and this is particularly associated with the government's COVID emergency response. And there's no doubt that these kinds of incorrect and manufactured news distract and misinform the public, as well as discredit the national response effort. Examples of fake news around activities of the task force include false statements about the lockdown guidelines, as well as false reports on relief funds received or spent by the PTF. There's no doubt that the impact of fake news can be quite considerable. It damages the credibility of the nation's COVID response, particularly when these stories are circulated as unconfirmed facts. It also harms the fragile trust between the government and the public, resulting potentially in people acting on wrong information. Our call to you today is to please make sure that when you or your loved ones have received messages on any platform, we urge you to please verify the source and authenticity before forwarding these messages. There are verifiable sources as far as the COVID response is concerned. One of those sources include the meeting we are having today, this daily press briefing, where both the PTF and key stakeholders provide live updates on response activities and provide a platform for two-way communication between the media and ourselves. There are also other sources of fact, such as government agencies, including the agencies that sit on the PTF, our own websites of the NCDC and SGF, the Federal Ministry of Information, as well as other government agencies. We also issue press statements from time to time from the various PTF agencies. Any COVID response information not verified through any of these channels should really be scrutinized. We enjoin you to always verify the source and authenticity of news before you share with your friends and loved ones. Let us please help to promote a narrative of truth and facts. We should verify before sharing. And to those that are engaged in this activity, we urge you to channel your energy to more productive endeavors. There's no doubt spreading falsehood damages our communities, it damages trust, and absolutely undermines the work we are trying to do in controlling this pandemic. From the point of view of easing the lockdown, as the chairman said, we have completed the first phase of the ease lockdown as directed by Mr. President. We are extending, so all the guidelines that we have stated in relation to phase one continue. We have analyzed the first phase. There will be minor changes that will happen, but these changes will not be significantly altered in terms of what we expect over the next 2 weeks, apart from the issue of enforcement. In addition to that, we will be working more closely with the states to get closer to the communities and ensure effective engagement, so that some of these guidelines can be, people can comply with them voluntarily based on the knowledge of risks that we have provided them, rather than trying to enforce people to change their behavior. I'll be providing further information over the coming days with regards to the implementation guidelines. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll take updates from